Hi,
How are you,
Ron.
Debbie?
I'm doing good, hon. How are you?
I'll explain that in a minute, just
Okay.
some information I had.
Oh, you Pete.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
We're
on.
ready.
All right, well, first off, and I apologize, I thought I had more copies, but I only have 4. Someone asked for the tonnage.
I did.
Uh,
Thank you.
What we did for July 1 last year to June 30 this year. So what you see is the tonnage, they're broken up by, I gave you the account number, MSW is your normal trash. So I put the trash, the regular waste, then your demo, and then single stream recycling is the last one. So a total of 2649. Now, what I also did on my own is I looked at what your recycling rate is, and how we determine that is demolition debris is not normal household waste.
Right.
Okay, so we take just your MSW and your recycling, add it together, then take your tonnage for a single stream, divide it by the total. Right now, town of Lebanon is averaging about 16% diversion rate or recycling rate, whichever you want to call it. Now, is there room for improvement? Yes, there is.
On the recycling?
On the recycling, of course there is. And I know, and not that I want to do this, Ron, but if I ever came to the transfer station, I almost came last Saturday, but I had another appointment, and I got another one tomorrow. I got to work the Barrington transfer.
Saturday's a bad day.
I know, but if I were to actually rip a bag open and look inside, I could guarantee, not that I want to, and you don't have mandatory recycling, so, but if you looked inside, well, that's recyclable, this is recyclable, people just,
I just said the same thing at my house.
Yeah.
I just told my kids, I said, these paper plates, we can go in recycling. They don't need to go in the trash.
Right.
unless they're not soiled. If they're soiled, they're dirty, you can't, and that's why I brought this, it's like Mythbusters, and I'll explain
Just
it.
remember, they just made carrying guns legal in Maine.
Okay, so you guys can do whatever you want.
They did, and concealed.
So I wanted to give you that, and I'll explain that one. Is the myth, what we call the Mythbusters. It says curbside recycling. It's the same principle, be it curbside or a transfer station. Did you get one on yet? Yeah. And it kind of gives you the do's and don'ts of recycling. A lot of people think anything can go into the recycling, and just because it has the Mobius or the recycling arrows, it's all recyclable. Well, that's not really the case. And again, I like this piece because, it answers some of the myths here, but then it goes, well, can you recycle the clamshell packaging? If you look on page 4 of that handout I gave you, and the answer really is no. And it gives you a brief explanation of that. Why? Because of the type of material. And if people that are very interested in this, want to acquire more information, they can go on this website, and there's a whole bunch of information that they can gather on their own. So I love this piece. That's why I wanted to present it to the town and say, hey guys, this is, I would make this accessible to residents, because if they want to know.
Do you have a digital format of
I
that?
can send this to you digitally,
Yeah,
yes.
really?
Yeah, I can send it to you, definitely. So this is a little bit more intense one, that goes over line item by line item, and people, like I said, the clamshell stuff, people think, well, it's plastic and it has the recycling symbol on there, but the type of material that's used is really a low-grade plastic that really has no market for it. So people say, oh yeah, throw it in, it's going to be recycled. No, it's not. No matter who tells you that, it's probably going to end up in a landfill or burnt in an incinerator. What I also brought was, you may have seen this before, this is a real simple recycle often, recycle right. This is basically in pictures of what can be recycled, what we want, what we don't want. And I think I gave you some stickers, Ron, that kind of goes over this.
I got them all put up.
Now, some people like it more in written form, so this is the same information, just written out. So, again, it's not trying to throw some information, but this is the same really information, Ronnie, but just more in a word form. Because some people like to write like to read it versus seeing a picture of it. It explains it. So that's just information. I didn't get a chance to look on your webpage very thoroughly today or last night because there were too many meetings, but that's information that could be posted on your web, because I see that a lot of people, when they move to town, or even residents have been here forever, when's or if they're new, whatever, they want to get more information on recycling. That's the first place they're going to go, is to the town website and check that information out. So it's something a piece, and I'll send these electronically for you so you can kind of put it on if you'd like.
That'd be great.
Another thing I wanted to ask you, my mind's going blank. What's that white stuff that they keep asking about?
Foam, it's foam cups and stuff, not recyclable. There's no market. Yeah,
Yeah, I was right.
Yeah,
And
it
they
is
were
not.
saying other places they take it, and I said, well, they don't here.
And you know, some other places might take it, and I tell you, Ronnie, there's no market for it. We're the largest recycler in North America.
Right.
There's no end user for that right now.
Is ours coming pretty good?
We have
recycling
not,
right?
knock on wood, we have not had any complaints of contamination.
Good.
Now, that's all done, again, how the process works, right? When your load comes in from the transfer station, it's in the container, it goes across the scale, gets weighed, goes to the MRF, dumps on the floor. They do a visual inspection. It's kind of a judgment call. If they say, geez and crow, we see 10 propane tanks in there and this and that, magic, then all of a sudden, if it's over a threshold of maybe like 10%,
Yeah.
then they'd let me know, and then I'd be calling you, Ron, we got a little bit of a problem here. People, we need to police it better, we need to do something. Education's a thing. I mean, we gotta get that message out every time, like, you know, the better, and more often, the better it's gonna be. And that same message.
We watch it pretty close in that window, whoever's
Well,
running that thing, but a lot of the older folks get confused. So before they even get it out of the trunk, somebody's out there saying, no, not that, or.
What I'd like to do too is tomorrow, not tomorrow, it's Friday, but Saturday I'm working the town of Barrington at their transfer station for a few hours. And they're having kind of the same, they want to increase their recycling rate, and you know, they're like, Pete, it's on the web, all the information you gave us is there. And it's like, look, what I'll do is I'll set up a little table, have the big waste management, banner there. Not that that's going to attract anyone,
Yeah.
no one's going to want to come see me. But if I can draw them to the table, so I'm raffling off 2 UNH men's hockey tickets to get people to come to me. Just sign up. I'm not gonna, and I'm gonna do the same here. I'm gonna come on a Saturday, spend a few hours so I can help talk to some residents, answer some questions, have some of this literature, and have some type of giveaway. So get them to me, and then at the end of the day, the selectmen or you or someone can draw a name, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith, you're the winner. You get to go to a hockey game, or if it's a Red Sox game, or whatever I get the tickets for. Something will hopefully come of it.
You should give us tickets to the Red Sox anyways.
Okay. See what we can do. Well, they had a terrible season last year. We won't even go there. But I think that'll go. I like to meet with different transfer stations to get there and see some of the residents come in, because they have a lot of questions. You guys do a great job answering questions, but the more they hear it and from different people, and me being the vendor, they may, all right, that makes sense.
There are some people that aren't going to recycle.
No, they won't.
If you go out there and beat them on the head and tell them they just will not recycle.
And that's unfortunate, but that's their right. They can do whatever they want. But I've seen towns like Barrington had the same problem. They went to a pay-as-you-throw program, which is a political nightmare too. It could be, but that's an option where people have to pay for their bags. So that, I don't want to say forces, but that strongly encourages people to recycle now because they got to pay for a bag. Yeah. But so they did see an uptick in their recycling by doing it. They've had that for years, but they still want to increase it. So that's why I'm going on Saturday to talk to some of the residents and give them the information that I gave you and answer some questions. And but that's stuff that I'll soft copy to the town, so you guys will have that if you want to put it on the web. And
they should be commended on that. They did a nice job on that.
Yeah, well, that wasn't me. That was our marketing people, and it's nice. It's real simple. Yeah, and it's recycle often, recycle right. This is the stuff that really has, and actually glass doesn't. But this is the stuff that can be recycled that has a market. This stuff, obviously, food waste, plastic bag, gums up our machinery, so we don't want it there.
Now, one other thing that we have questions on is the oil. When you change your oil in the car, it has a plastic container. Does that go into recycling or the regular?
The oil.
Just the container.
The container. If it's empty and dried, it can be recycled.
Okay.
Yeah, but it has to be dry. If there's any residual in there, they should, keep it in a bucket somewhere upside down. Let everything drip out, and then let it dry. If it's dry and empty, and there's nothing in there.
Okay, that's one of the questions they asked.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's recyclable. Now,
He's not a chair. Yeah,
the other piece I had.
yeah, and that's why.
Forgive me, I had LASIK surgery, so now the distance is great. Up close is kind of a challenge.
There you go.
But, all right, this is,
Now, do you people put on a program if somebody comes up and they have, if they have paint or things that underneath the sink in the kitchen that?
we have our household hazardous waste day,
Oh.
and that's for Stratford County.
Okay, that, I don't know.
And we host that at Turnkey Landfill. It's the first Saturday in May.
I don't know why.
Again, that's just for Stratford residents. The city of Rochester pays to get in that as well.
So you don't do it right at the
No, we don't. No, we don't offer that. It's just once a year, and it's a Stratford County program.
Okay,
But each community in Stratford County pays their fee. Again, it's based on the population and so forth, but it's a fee that we pay annually for residents. And you'd be surprised, you think you're gonna get all kinds,
Talking chemicals.
yeah,
Mostly.
but you think you get a lot of people, even just chlorine chemicals that they
Yeah.
used from last year, they wanna get rid of, they're no good anymore or something. No, we get 20 people maybe in Rochester. And I know more people have stuff, and you know, where does it end up? Probably, my gut feeling, it's in the bottom of the bag, tied, and it's in the landfill. And you know, how do you police that? You really can't. And, I mean, it's illegal, we find them, you know, we're not gonna pick it up.
that's not a big thing, a lot of people don't ask about it, but some do.
Yes.
And I know Berwick and North Berwick, South Berwick have one day for all 3 towns.
I would check with Maine, the state of Maine, to see what type of programs they have locally, maybe in conjunction with like Sanford and Bedford or something, may have some type of, you know, unfortunately may not be here,
And
they may
people
have
think
to go
it's-
somewhere.
People think it's free, but it isn't, you have to pay for it.
Yes, yeah, sometimes the town will pick up the cost, it depends on the community. But there is a cost associated with it, it's expensive, it's a hazardous material that needs to be dealt with properly. It can't be dumped down the drain, it can't be thrown in the landfill or burned. This piece I sent out to you is basically your current pricing to the left versus our new proposed pricing. Now, the agreement we have right now does not expire until September of next year, right? I think it's October 1st or September 30th, whatever it is.
I'd have to pull my file, I
I
don't
can
know.
tell you right now.
That demo, when you have a 129.94, that's just to haul the container, right?
No, that's a T&D number, I'll explain that. The
Okay.
contract expires September 30th of 2016. Now, I'm in here early because January 1, the town is due for their annual price increase. So I ran and looked at the numbers, and my proposal to the town would be keeping your MSW, demo, and hauling for the single stream the same as it is now. Now, the numbers you see on here, well, the first, you get the description, trash, demo, and then your single stream recycling.
Right.
Then the tons. The next column, it says T&D rate. The T&D, Ronnie, is your transportation and disposal together. Well, for whatever reason, years ago, before I was even on board, someone, probably even before you may have been here, I don't know, but they had just one rate versus typically you get a haul rate and a disposal rate.
Right.
We combined it into just one rate. And that's why you see that I left it there ever since I've been managing the account, because it seemed to be working instead of having 2 different rates.
So the 129.94, that takes care of the
Tonnage
hauling
And the
and,
tonnage, right. Now, if we were to separate that out, well, your tonnage, I mean, I didn't do the math, but it would probably be around 70 a ton and 100 and something a haul.
okay.
So,
Remember we've asked that question how many times, and we
It's a
didn't
T-
understand it.
yeah.
We thought it was 125 to haul it, and then you had to pay for the tonnage
no,
still.
it's built into that rate.
Okay, what you're saying is, we're not paying for boxes. Are we paying for boxes right now?
Oh, you have, for rental?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some rental on there. And that has never gone up, because the only CPI that goes up is on your disposal number and
Tell me
transportation.
what we're paying for rental for what now?
Okay, you are paying,
We're paying $300 a month for the front?
200 per month, for the compactors, because those are waste
Per-
management,
Okay.
yeah. And then 50 per month for the open top container for your
Okay.
demo.
50 per month?
Per month, it's a monthly fee. for
Over
the-
on the demo and
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if they go 3 times, we're just paying 50?
Oh yeah, it's just a monthly fee for the rental of that equipment.
Now explain it again.
Okay, you have one of, like our demo container,
No, yeah,
okay, our demo container, you have every time it gets hauled, you pay the $129.94. That includes the transportation and disposal. So if it goes 5 times a month, you charge 5 times at $129. The rental's only charged once a month.
50.
okay.
Once a month, that's it. Yeah. Now, we own that equipment, so like the compactors, they broke, we've come up, we take care, we fixed them, we should be doing roughly an annual preventive maintenance coming up, checking the hydraulic hoses,
Right,
the,
that's what we have the problem with.
yeah, it freezes, and it's equipment, it's gonna break.
Now, let me ask you
eventually.
something else.
Yes.
Would it be cheaper for the town of Lebanon if we bought our own containers?
That's a town decision, and the return on investment, depending on what you get for a machine, Ronnie. If you were just to get the machine itself, and we supply the boxes, you'd own the machine outright, you'd get a year warranty, but if anything breaks, any preventive maintenance,
Yeah.
that cost goes back on the town.
I'm
So
not in-
it's something you gotta,
And we'd also
I'm
be
not
taking
talking-
over our own maintenance contract on it.
yeah, or you could, there's a few vendors, there's, Atlantic Leasing
But
out of
we'd be
Rollins,
paying
you'd be
that.
paying, you call them, hey,
That
can
we're
you come?
not, that we're not paying now, we're paying.
I'm
you
not
for that.
interested in the machine, but I'm
about the
wondering,
box.
is it cheaper for the town?
You could buy the box too, and, but if, most towns usually just buy the machine itself for a compactor, the box, the vendor would supply the box, they
Yeah,
can buy them,
Some of the towns own the boxes.
yeah, Tamworth owns boxes,
Tamworth,
yeah.
yeah, I see
Yeah,
that.
they can, and you can do that, and what we would do too, if the town did decide to go down that route, what we would do is, obviously, they would have the town of Lebanon, you know, and painted on there or something, right? But we would not take that from here, bring it back, and bring it to our or our landfill, empty it, and then bring it back. We would bring one of our empty boxes, so that would be in rotation, so when we take your box, we'd empty it, and it would stay in our yard until you called again. Then we take your can back
And
and take our
again,
can.
we'd be responsible for those cans.
Yep.
Any damage happens to them.
Well, if it was our neglect, we would be,
Yeah,
yes.
but
Now, if we
beyond
bought
that,
'em-
rust, repair, or anything like that, the
If
town
we
would be
bought them, will we buy
responsible for
new
that.
ones, or do we buy those old ones that you got up there?
Well, we don't really sell equipment. Well, you would have to go through like an McGuire Equipment out of Massachusetts, Atlantic Leasing out of Rollinsford, New Hampshire.
And roughly how much?
It depends. I've seen, depends on the bells and whistles, if you will, right? You get a heat, obviously, in this climate, I'd get an oil heater on there, a hydraulic line heater to keep, you know, you wanna keep that stuff in the wintertime. And the typical, this standard now, that's $300-400 for that, but you gotta have that on there.
Mhm.
The compactor itself, I've seen them from $6,000 to 14,000.
Forget the compactor, we're not going for a compactor.
I
I
was
wanna
just gonna
know,
say that.
just,
I was just gonna say that.
just the box.
Well, for the demo and,
Oh, just
Yeah,
for the
that's
demo
fine.
itself, if it was
Forget
a,
the demo, I thought this is better than buying a box for the demo, I'm talking about the compactor.
well, see, the compactor, you're paying rent on the actual compactor itself, the RAM unit, that's ours.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
all
that's
right,
what I'm saying. The
okay.
box
We're
is
not
coming
paying
with
for
it.
the box?
No, the box,
Okay.
no, it's the
Forget
compactor
it.
that's there, yeah,
All right,
yeah. I apologize for that.
so if we bought the boxes with the demo,
You could
they used
buy,
to be 5,000 a few years back, but,
you're looking, depending on the size and shape, if you get a 40-yarder, maybe a little bit more,
Yeah.
6-7
cause
grand.
they don't like to haul the 50 yards, right?
Well, 50 yards can be a challenge depending on what you put in there. I mean,
Right.
I've seen some towns put shingles in a 50 yard. I can't go down the road with it.
No, that's true.
It's against the, you know, the weight,
So we're
yeah.
better off to stick to the 40s.
40s or a 30 for demo stuff like that. And if you're careful, you know, it's a lot of people. There was a who was it, Wakefield, and they still do it. They take a backhoe and they smash down the demo stuff, and our cans are bowing out. And I told them, you know, at least 10 times. I go, guys, if it happens again, I'm gonna have to charge you, you know, for my can. It's not the, you know, if accidents happen, I understand that, but they've been doing it. You know, they've ruined 3 or 4 cans because of they pack it. I don't blame them in a way. They want to get as much
Yeah.
as they can, but it's damaging. That's our assets that they're damaging. And
And they're not paying for the tonnage.
And that causes problems on the other end too, out in the landfill, especially in the wintertime when stuff gets all frozen up. It's shaped like this and you try to
Get that out,
get it
you
to
can't.
dump out through the back, it means it gotta be dug out every time.
We don't get that many shingles, so we don't worry about that.
Right.
yeah, but on this again, and on the recycling part, and I'm gonna back up to that. Obviously, you're probably a little bit aware of the market. Right now, it's in the cellar. It's really tanked, and it's costing Waste Management a lot of money to recycle in towns.
Well, it's like the iron right now.
Yeah.
We've got so much iron up there right now, and nobody's in a hurry to come get it because the price is so low.
It's terrible, and it's right across the board, Ronnie. Even we're seeing a big reduction in cardboard, mixed paper, plastics, glass is a big
Everything.
concern because there's really no end user that uses it. We use it sometimes for pipe bedding,
Yeah.
but we only put so much pipe down in a year. Some towns would take it and mix it with aggregate for asphalt, but they stop that. Some towns use it for projects, but then you gotta get the state involved and have it permitted and you gotta have a plan and all that. So it's a hassle. But, so again, with that said, with the recycling, the only increase that we would be looking at is on the processing of the material. We're proposing to stay pretty much the same on everything. The haul for the single stream, as you can see, would be the same. The processing.
What is this SSR?
SSR, I'm sorry, it's single stream recycling.
Oh, okay.
That's the short for the recycling box. It's single stream recycling, and I should have written it out more.
So that's gone up.
That has gone up. Well, it's good, my proposal is, cause we're losing money on it, and this is, I'll tell you what your current agreement says. We did that addendum, Ben, remember about a year or so ago, cause we weren't, we were, originally, we talked about the number 6 news index, they stopped publishing that. Then we went to the number 8, well, I got it right here, actually. It's an index that we use in the industry.
Just comparing tonnage averages and number of hauls from the last couple of years.
Has it been consistent?
No, definitely going up. We
Is
got
it?
a lot of construction going on in town, so that's what I'm looking at.
We're
The
getting
prices
a lot of
will,
new housing.
the cost will stay the same, but we're doing more
More
tonnage.
volume.
You were pretty close on that budget,
Yeah.
for this year.
Yeah,
For the processing right now, the formula states, in addition to the haul charge,
yeah.
the contractor will institute a market-based formula to value the recyclable materials. The formula to determine the monthly charge or rebate, so there could be a rebate when the market does, I hope eventually, knock on wood, rebounds, will be tied to the value of the number 8 ONP index, and that's the PPI, Pulp and Paper Week Index for the New England region. Each month we will subtract, right now we were subtracting, I think it was 85 per ton from the published rate to determine the tip fee. So for an example, I think last month you guys paid $25 a ton. It's current rate. My proposed that with the new index, we're looking to increase our processing costs from the 85, from the 85 to 80 to 90, which would bring it up to $10. Now on the flip side, when the index does go back up, there's a potential for the town to get a rebate. I haven't seen any. I wish I could say I knew, like next year at this time you guys are gonna get a rebate, but I don't anticipate for the
Walk
next.
me through that part you just said again. Going from 85 to 90.
Because of the market the way it is, Ron, what happens right now is we are not a sorting facility at our turnkey landfill, right? So we take yours, we
Yeah.
weigh it,
Yeah.
it gets dumped on the floor, right? And we ship it, but we weigh it, and then, as I mentioned, we look, see if it's contaminated, and so far, again, everything looked good. From there, it gets pushed onto a 100-yard trailer. And then there it brings down to our Bill Ricker, Mass site. So our cost for the transportation and the handling of this is over $50 a ton. I'm just trying to recoup some of that now. I told my boss, I go, look, I'm gonna go and I gotta get something, but I can't go $50 because it's just, I wouldn't do it either if I was in their shoes. So, and he agreed, and that's why I kept everything the same, and our proposal is to waive the PI that's due this January 1st, implement the new rate, not January 1st, but I'm gonna wait until September of next year. So I'm still gonna let you guys use that same index until this actually expires, the current one, and then go to the extra 10. And by then, maybe the market will be a little bit better, and the index will go up, so it'll be less of a charge or potentially a rebate.
What I think is sad about the recycling, the state tells us they want us to do this and want us to do that, and really, it costs us.
It does.
It costs us to recycle.
It does, you know, and that's a good point, and that's why that other sheet on that Mythbusters, we want as I don't, the best way to phrase this, on the recycling, you're right, it does cost a lot of money. We want the best stuff coming into our plants because that has the highest grade.
Right.
Like, yeah, people said, well, on that clamshell, it has that number 7 there, but the type of material that it's made from is low grade, that has no value. So until this market really rebounds, which I don't think you're ever gonna see it like it was back in the 80s,
No.
Ron, or early 90s, I don't think it's ever gonna, or even early 2000s. It's not gonna rebound to where it was.
When somebody comes in with something right now, we've been there for so long, we can almost say, oh, Ron, what about this? In the front. Without even going out and look for the number or anything,
Yeah.
you just know.
Yep. Yep. And like the styrofoam, another big problem, you know, people wanna think that's recyclable material and it's not. It's, I think this is a bigger problem than just locally, it's how people package stuff in companies. Styrofoam's great because it absorbs shock, so, you know, in transportation it's great, but I think this needs to start in Washington, you know, have these people that box stuff, that's come up with stuff that is recyclable, that, you know what, so when they do bring it home, or the cardboard is, that's great.
Look at the popcorn.
Exactly. Same thing with styrofoam. That's no, You know, and if you ever looked at that,
That's
then
a
right-
special process in itself
Yeah.
to recycle.
Popcorn
that
on a
stuff.
windy
And
day.
you can't have any contamination in that when they recycle it, the way I understand it. And it gets all ground up and stuff, and it's special.
It's out of our
control.
You gotta talk to China.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So overall, if I figured this right, what you're talking, the proposed changes you're making from the 25 to 35 here adds up to about 41.26 for a year.
That, yeah, I came up with about $4,040. That's what I came up with.
What
Yeah.
increases, yeah,
Yeah.
41.26, what
Yeah.
I happen to get, I don't,
Yeah.
I pushed the wrong number or something.
Yeah, that's what I was coming
We
up
hate to
with.
see any jump,
Yeah.
but that isn't bad, right?
But, you know,
Not for the
I
amount
looked
of-
at this,
That we're picking up.
yeah, and like I said, the numbers that could have been, you know, for the CPI, you could have gone up another 2% come January 1st. So whatever the CPI is, I didn't look. So I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna go, I think we can keep the numbers the same. The only increase, I gotta recoup something, is at least on my recycling, so I can kinda make that line of
Well, you're
business work.
talking, you got labor costs every year that you'll probably go higher than
Yeah,
that,
well,
that percentage.
yeah, if you look from, what, 5 years ago, well, less than 5, 4.5 years ago, when I first came here, Ben, you were here, I believe, when we did this.
Yeah.
The numbers that you're paying now, like on the MSW, I think you're paying maybe $3 more per ton than you were 4.5 years ago. And on the demo, I think it was 125, so you're just over $4.
Right.
So in 4.5 years, we didn't even keep up with, you know,
And-
the cost. So,
It's our tonnage that's going up.
Yeah.
Our
Yes.
actual 1415 was 268. We had budgeted 235, so we were $32,000 higher than what we had budgeted. But it's because of the tonnage,
In
because the
four-
building's coming back.
In
Yeah.
4 years, we can see a big difference with the cars coming up to the transfer
Oh, I bet.
station. We get a lot of customers.
Yeah.
And of course, in the summer, we get the people at the camp and that, you know.
yes, that's true too.
We're picking up an awful lot.
You are. And one other change that I added, that I thought, because I know, sitting in your shoes, I kind of like to know, you know, CPI could be anything, right? It could be 6%, could be 2, could be 1. So my proposal to the town now, and I have a draft agreement for you guys to look at, I'm gonna leave it with you, is to put a cap on that. So minimum of 1, maximum of 4. So the worst case that you know would be a 4%. Best case would be 1. So for some people like a fixed rate. You know, if we went with a fixed, I would propose a 3, just fixed right across. The CPI, you can kind of gamble, but at least you know it'll never go above 4. Because sometimes, so, and I have that, I can leave with you gentlemen. This is again, just a draft copy. It's very similar to the other one, just with, again, I said the rates would remain the same. And you're actually, I don't know how this came about either, because your contract date's October 1st, but the PI doesn't take effect till January 1st.
January 1st, and we're on a fiscal of July 1st.
Yep.
I mean, that could be changed. I mean, if you want, I could have the first PI, I don't know if it could be July of 17.
Think so? Okay.
I could double check, let me double
Double
check,
check.
because
I thought
that's
we
a little
looked
bit
into it.
longer than,
Thought with Jeanette, we looked into that one time, you couldn't do it or something, but yeah, double check.
I'll double check and I'll get back to you on that. But yeah, I'll leave this with you.
Okay.
Other than that, I can look into, if we could do it, then, you know, to me it makes sense. If you're a fiscal year July 1, June 30th, it makes sense to have that.
Yep.
And then the CPI will, can I see that again on the CPI? I want to see how I worded that, what runs. That way, what we don't want to run into, because you do your budget, you're probably starting soon, right, on your
We're
budget?
already going, yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna do his tonight, yep.
Yep.
What did I just see? So, water, sewer. No, I can't do. I'll have to change this. I don't like how this is worded. I just used the last one. It's we're going to use the CPI, the last published CPI, which doesn't make sense to me. I would use the CPI. We're going to use the water sewer trash index, which is tied to our industry, but I'm going to use it in November. So that number is public. Let's see, that may be too late now too, because let me think about this. If you're doing your budgets now or October, the November number doesn't get published until mid-December. So even though you don't pass your, so I have to do July year over year, and that'll be published. July will be published mid-August. So I would
That's
know
what it was, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. So this, other than that section, I'll draft a new wording on that and then send it back to you guys.
Okay.
And other than that, I'll see if I can get it to go July 1st, June 30th, and I'll use an index that gives you plenty of time, or the month that gives you plenty of time before you come in with your budget. And so you guys can plan accordingly.
Yeah, I'll make copies, yeah.
Or I can,
Can I go back to that additional $10 per month that you were talking about, that
Yep.
you would start September 1st? Is that tied to my transportation
Yeah.
and disposal? What is that?
That is the processing fee for the recycling. It's an index that's published. Now, you guys can get that, but it's a cost to the town. We get that because that's our industry. We need to get that, so we subscribe to it, and it's like $400 or $500. But I can send this to the town monthly. Jennifer Byron, my assistant, can send that to you guys electronically each month, so you know, all right, the index for O&P number 8 this month is you know,
So we
55.
Pay, so we'll pay
A haul charge?
tonnage,
No. Well, yes, you'll pay the tonnage,
we'll pay transportation and disposal,
just transportation. Okay, on the
the T&D.
yeah, well, on let's from the top, the MSW, the T&D numbers all in together.
Gotcha, okay,
Okay?
yeah, yeah.
Same thing with the
Times
dump.
the tonnage, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything's built into that one number.
yeah.
On the single stream, the SSR, you get your haul charge. That's every time we come pick it up, bring it back. That's 160. What is it? $61.12. Then, depending on the tonnage, monthly we wait till the end of the month. Then we will add it up. Then that's when each month we get the published rate from the index. The last month it was at 55. So we subtract our processing fee, 85 from the 55 is a $25 delta. That's your tonnage. Now, if it was to be thrown in the garbage, this is where I tell people the savings are. Instead of paying the 35 or 25 right now, you'd be paying 129 for all that.
Exactly. Gotcha.
So that's your savings.
So then
There's
on
a
top-
delta between the two.
Then on top of that, we're paying for the compactor rental
And-
and the open top.
Correct. Yeah. I'm just showing you the costs that are variable. Any annual increase is only on the disposal numbers, the
Yeah.
T&D numbers on the MSW
Yeah.
and the hall. But no
Again,
rental,
what is
that's
that,
gonna remain the same.
what is that $50 for?
50 is for the rental of that container.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And no matter if we use it 5 times, it's still $50?
Still 50, yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't get a chance to look at this, but yeah, this is more information. Kind of a process of our single stream work when we drop it off at our recycling plant.
Okay.
I thought it was kind of interesting. Kind of small print, I apologize, it didn't come out clearer.
Look
I-
at it, say please.
I only brought 4, I'm sorry. That's all I got.
All right, she's looking at.
Okay. But it kind of shows you from when it comes and how the magnets pick up the metal and kind of the process of how, kind of a generic, if you will.
I like the paper magnet.
Yeah.
That's a,
It's,
sounds like a cool machine. They set up a vacuum and
it's,
pull the paper out of the stream that way.
Now, in the very end of this, when it comes through to the very end, cardboard is all baled up, newspapers, aluminum cans, and
yep. Now people, this process for single stream recycling, it's 95%, 98% automated. It gets dumped on the floor and a big loader pushes it on a conveyor belt. These big wheels will kick the material up. That's why we don't want plastic bags, because it gums up our
Right.
machinery. Then we gotta stop it, and I gotta have one of my employees go up and cut the stuff off, which is a hazard for our employees.
then you have 2 or 3 guys, when it goes through, if there's something that's outstanding, they throw it out.
We have towards the middle and towards the end. We still have some people that pick the stuff that makes it through. It's not 100% accurate, but it's incredible how the technology has matured over the last just 4 years. It's impressive. And if you ever want, it's in Billerica, Mass. But I think you guys went up to Eco Maine. It's very similar to
We
that.
did.
Yeah, very similar to that. But if you ever want a tour of our facility, let me know. Even our landfill, if you ever want a tour, it's
They're
quite a
still doing
difference.
them? They're still doing
They're still
them,
doing tours.
Yeah.
It's quite a difference than when you worked there.
Oh, I bet.
Let me know and we can set it up. Go through me, I'll set it up, and it's amazing.
Cool.
It really is. But that's what I had this evening, gentlemen, and
Well, appreciate it. It's a lot of good information.
yeah, I was excited to have the opportunity. So
Alright. Yeah, thank you.
my pleasure. So when's the
Pete,
yes?
they all say that our setup, the drivers, is they're happy to come to our place, compared to Stratford.
Have you been to Stratford?
No, but
No, but we just hear it from the
we
drivers.
just hear it.
The drivers, they're all great, and your setup is actually ideal because they're back to back,
Yep,
and it makes it easy for them to, you know, there's a lot more room with how how Stratford is set up. It's kind of, it's hard to explain. It's kind of a mismatch. So you have a retaining wall, you have some demo stuff, then you got two compactors, then you got another compactor, and it's just tough to move around. It's very tight.
it is.
The
And
bigger the crowd, the worse it gets.
oh yeah. Well, thank God we have a key. Do we have a key here too, Ronnie?
The what?
Do we have a key to get in here, our drivers?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So thank God we usually come when it's, you know, when no one's around, if we can. There's that occasion where we got to come and they're full during when people are there, but that we try to avoid that just for safety concerns. But you guys, you have a good
Another thing I
setup.
wanna talk to you about, I haven't called you because it's nothing that we're all excited about. But when they come up to change that and they back into that little parking lot to change it, a lot of times they spill the shit on the, excuse me,
Delete that
the
part.
rubbish onto the ground, and then they drive right off, they don't pick it up. And one of your drivers came to us and said, hey, you should call in and have them guys clean that up, because we run a pretty neat ship up there, and when I go over there and I see that rubbish, it falls out of their can, they don't bother picking it up. And it's just happening
It's
now.
spillover.
Huh?
It's
spillover,
spillover.
but it's just happening now. It never did
They don't
before.
tighten the bib enough, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because they'll compact as much as they can when they're there, right?
Yeah.
And then they'll pull it out a little. They'll put what they call a diaper on
Yeah,
it, and
yeah,
so it
that's
goes
right.
around and they tighten it. And you're right, they're probably not tightening enough. And
Then when they
is it a new
drive off, it
driver?
spills out. Huh?
Is it a new guy doing this?
I don't know who's doing it,
Oh,
'cause
you-
we don't see that.
It's.
I'll
Unless
find
you go
out.
down there and look.
All
Must be
right.
down the days when they closed.
So
Today's 22nd.
they've been wanting me to call you or somebody.
no,
else.
thank you, Ronnie. I
So
would
while
never have
you're here,
known.
I'll tell you about it.
Yeah. You know what? And that should be an easy fix if it's, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But
You know, if you
it's
just tell
concerning
them-
that if it's happening, I can see once and he didn't notice it was an accident, he didn't quite tighten it. But if it's happening repeatedly, then that's an issue.
But you know, we let them round trip as much as we can. They like that.
Oh yeah.
They only have to handle the box once.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Except for Saturday, I think almost every day unless we have a mess.
Yeah, Saturdays we we don't let them take it till 11 o'clock, because we have to fill that, because we'll run out in the afternoon on the second.
And this
boat.
is the MSW compactor that they're
Yep.
spilling out. Okay.
But the drivers are good, we don't have any problem with
So
them.
I'll call
that
Casey Costigan is our
Now
route
that you
manager.
got rid of Tony.
Casey is our route manager, and you know Steve Case.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, Steve. Actually, you didn't know this. Steve went away. He's
Yeah.
back.
Oh, he's back?
He's back.
Okay.
Yeah, he's back now. So, what I wanted to go back to, if you don't mind, Ben, is does the board have any objections for me to come and work a couple hours up at the transfer station on a Saturday to help maybe answer
We're not
questions?
gonna pay you.
Forget it. I'm not. No. But I mean, it's part of my job, and to me, I like it. It gets me engaged with some of the residents. I probably know some anyways, being so close, but I think that could help and
Yeah.
to get them close. I'm gonna wait. Hopefully, it'll be a nice day. We're coming up on winter, but maybe I'll wait till the spring. And when it's a little warmer, and then come up for Saturday for a few hours. I'll have just a little table. I'll take my little waste management, I have a
Yeah.
little poster, just WM. You saw it at the thing.
Probably could set it right behind the container,
Yeah.
because they're coming up on both sides, you can see them.
Yeah. Well, whatever wherever you guys tell me to set up, I'll set up. But I'll have some literature like you have here, and to get them to come to me I'll see if I can get maybe some good
Right.
tickets, maybe Red Sox, maybe NASCAR, something that people like. And that usually, I'll say, well, wait, you're not going to call? No, I'm not going to call you. Believe me, you're not going to try to stop me. No. I'm going to have the town. It's in their hands. I'm just here to answer questions, and they'll draw the winner. So we'll definitely do that in the spring.
How are those portable
Yeah.
containers? Are they selling good?
The Baxter,
Yeah?
they are. Matter of fact, the
I
snow
didn't think
this
that
past-
would go over at all.
Well, I wish I would have thought of it because the guy made some money when he sold it to Waste Management. I saw her on TV with all the snow this winter. Schools, people that are taking snow off the roof had cranes, and they were filling the bagsters with snow, and the crane from the ground was grabbing it to take the snow off the roof.
Oh, yeah.
And it was free publicity for us, but they are selling.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're scattered here and there,
Yeah.
but they do sell. Neat little thing. But
Appreciate you coming in.
I'm sorry it took so long.
No, that's not a problem.
No, pleasure, gentlemen. And always a pleasure, sir.
Always good to see you.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting.
Good seeing you,
Yeah.
sir.
Hey, good to see you.
Yes, as well. When's the, what is it, 250th festival or?
2017.
So it's a couple more years.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do something different for that on our end, for you guys,
Oh, that'd
so
be great.
we can talk further.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be great.
That's fine, Pete.
We'll reserve you a booth space.
Please do. Well, his wife called me last, or emailed me, I think,
Yeah.
and I responded.
Yep.
I enjoyed stuff like that, it's fun.
Thank you for coming and the donations of the trash boxes and the recyclable can boxes too.
You guys still have some of those?
I still have, I think.
I'll bring some every
I
year.
honestly don't know. I don't see my wife that often anymore. I'm in here.
See you.
You know how it
See you,
is.
Pete.
Yes, thank you very much. We'll see you soon. Any
Thanks.
questions? And I'll get you the information soft copy.
That'd be
I'll
great.
send updated agreement, just fixing the language on the
Great.
CPI stuff.
That'd be great.
That digital stuff, there's a note stuck to the inside of your folder.
I gave you my email address on that.
Hey,
You
Royce,
Oh, perfect.
Inside.
Royce, let me see that.
Perfect. Thank you, gentlemen.
What do you wanna say?
Bye now.
See you later.
See you later.
Writing machine.
Well, that's good, you dropped it down $8,000 or $9,000, so every bit counts.
Yeah. We don't have. Do you have year to date? Did Jeanette print off anything for
Can I
you?
sit up here, because I have a hard time hearing.
Did you pull anything out of your box? Probably, huh? You got some paperwork there?
Yep.
Do you have a year to date?
This one here?
Yeah, but it should be like this, but for
Yeah,
where we are right now. I don't have that. She went home sick today.
Shit. I left it right at the transfer
I probably
station.
don't have it then either, but it's not something she passed out over.
I left it
right?
right at the transfer
Okay,
station.
that's very tough. I don't have that, but you can go by last year's numbers still. It's all right. By the time it gets to the budget committee, we'll have that. So.
Hey, Royce, thank you.
Yeah, well,
You're a real friend.
How do you?
oh, easy, I just
These
said that.
here, this chart here goes way back,
Yeah,
and then each year.
yeah. Just show you too, because you have actual 13, 14. I wish we had the budgeted. You know, what showed budgeted, actual, budgeted, actual. You know, and then what we budgeted.
Oh, I
this is
see.
the year
Right.
we're living in right here.
Okay.
But you'll at least see the actuals. So if you're looking two middle ones, if you will, 14-15 budget for wages was 75,000, and the actual was 74,476. So
Yeah,
I think it was 75,000 the year before.
every year it's 75.
I wish I had the year to date, because then I could see
Damn it, I'm sorry, I should have.
where you're at. No, no problem. We should have had it, but maybe.
Can you guys?
You know what? She's been printing off when we do the purchase orders. Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for here. I won't necessarily break it down. My
You
given
have it
number.
right there, what you got?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
So this is 914.
This is all mixed up, so it's how I'm going.
If you look across this, it almost hasn't changed at all. From way there right up through.
And how she's printing these off for us? She just printed one off for us the other day
That might be it.
for POs. Yeah, as of 10/5, this might work. Transfer station.
The only thing that really changed was that building maintenance, and we had to put that line in.
Okay. So as of 10/5, which is a week and a half ago, you'd spent 17,543. Should have been week 27. So you seem to be right on track with that. What do you want to do for wages? You want to be 75?
Just
Or
leave it right at 75.
good with that?
Yeah, and that's from years ago, it was always 75. Payroll taxes, that don't change much.
No, it should be the same. Let me just check it. Yeah, 5738, same as last year. I
Yeah.
figured it would be. could have made a mistake last year. I thought that's-
Supplies,
Supplies, I wish you do have the breakdown from last year, wasn't that,
most of that is paper towels and toilet paper and,
cause it went over by almost $545.
So,
Why?
and why did that go over?
Soup, shoes,
this is that.
You what?
don't forget
Uh,
the shoes.
Transfer station stickers. You don't buy
Oh,
those.
yes,
You don't
that's
buy
right.
those every year.
Yeah,
How are we looking on
and
those?
those, I still got 3 books left.
Okay.
See, on this, see how it's got the okay?
How are those receipt forms working out for you?
Good.
Have you bought the cheaper ones? They okay?
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, somebody put it in my box there. Instead of that big book, they had some very narrow, almost the same thing.
This is since he split it.
So next time we order them, I'll see how much those cost.
Okay.
Yeah, see, we need to increase that then because of those stickers, that's something you're paying for every year now. Before it was
You mean the
an
office?
increase.
But they're gonna let me know ahead of time, way ahead of time, right? They
Well,
must have.
you've got a good point, because it was on a different
Cost
budget.
base. Yeah,
It was on a different budget, right?
right,
Right.
And you're paying for them now.
right, so that should increase.
Do you have to have them every year? I don't know how many you got left.
But they
don't
go
know how many they got left
about,
out
I'm gonna
there.
guess they probably go about a year, I don't know.
Hey Sue, any clue how many transfer station stickers you got out front?
Oh, no, I don't have any idea, cause I don't know other than what's in the desk,
Okay.
you know? Alright, so the way this was before you sold them.
I would say that is more or less, if we had to go over and get those, then we can. I'd leave it the way it is.
Well, yeah, but it increased you by what, $300?
It's $570.
$570,
So you think we ought to go to 1,500?
I would say so, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
What do
you
you
went over
think?
last year by 545.
And this
Um,
was beginning to be.
you,
So why don't we go?
yeah, you were at 1296.
Alright, and then.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea to go 15.
This is
Right.
empty here.
How much are we going?
1,500.
Okay,
The way it was
250.
here, you assumed it was 600.
I'll just add on to that.
Electricity.
I might be looking over your shoulder, I couldn't find my
Okay.
time to get started, I'm not gonna hold
And
everybody
I
up.
guess,
Electricity, I would say that about stays the
I
same.
mean, this is probably the best
54.
thing that we've got to show
Yep.
what it actually is.
Phone,
And like I said,
600.
he went by this.
Yeah, right on target. Yeah.
And when he did his.
And
Building maintenance is what got you last year, but that was because of that water line.
right, but I would stick to the 5,000.
That piece where the house
hey
is.
Ronnie,
And,
the
you know,
heat is
we
gone in
combined-
the
well, no,
garage.
he didn't
No, it
combine,
isn't.
I don't know.
They got it working.
Oh, okay, good.
But because of
I was
the
gonna
way
call Gagnon,
it
no,
was
is it
written,
Gagnon?
he must have,
But they got it working.
thought those two
I think the
were-
switch was a little loose.
Baseboard?
So therefore,
Yeah.
changed that to 43A, which. I mean,
You wanna
the
leave that at
is
5?
obviously wrong.
Ben?
Now, you know, as far as.
Yeah, that sounds fine. Yep.
I mean,
And if there's an emergency, we can't do anything about that anyway.
Right.
visually.
But it
how
should
it is.
cover. What do you got going for building maintenance? I mean, does it need paint? Does it need any?
Nothing right now,
What I'm saying is
but
so
we never know what's gonna go.
Right.
Right, you get to the
Just
point
did your
now.
water, you did your toilet, so I mean, then
3.7.
what else is there? You get electric heat.
But it's still
Yeah.
what you show.
How long since the roof's seen anything? It's been there forever.
That's what I'm-
You know,
yeah,
you can
things
get
like
a
that.
crazy thing like that.
Yeah, things like that need to be looked at, so you kind of plan for them. Yeah, but 5's good for now.
Now,
Yeah.
I'd take a look around before the budget committee and just kind of, like he's saying, if it needs shingles, then hey, that's what we're gonna do.
I'm pretty sure it's all right.
All right.
And the others are steel. Safety equipment, I'd like to go back to 600. It was 450, and I think last year I didn't get any, and Lorraine didn't get any,
Somebody has to.
because ours was still good.
The short time I worked
And
there, I
now,
thought my
now that we have the
But we got 2 new guys up there that
Right.
will
Put
not
an extra zero there, ding dong, 600, not 6,000.
I'm gonna go to
Now,
6.
again, no, I know.
You're gonna give you $6,000 for safety equipment.
You got vests too. You must have vests, reflective vest, the yellow
Yes, we
vest.
got- Waste Management provides those.
Are they wearing them?
Not all the time, but
Probably
if
should.
it's raining, they put their raincoats on, but
How far back is it?
Probably should though. I mean,
If that's something.
people
Well-
out sweeping around stuff, they're hard to see or identifies them as an employee.
I don't know.
okay.
I don't know.
I'll make sure they do.
Do you wanna increase that budget?
No,
You went to 600 on that equipment.
Yeah, from 450, which,
because on the vest, Waste Management provides those. They even give us a jacket, nice
Nice.
one.
Nice.
Okay, services.
I'm gonna look.
Is that for the water?
That's
or-
for the removing of the ozone out of the refrigerators.
TVs and,
Yeah,
Porta potty. You got a porta potty up there?
no,
Why we got porta?
they had one,
Oh,
I fixed
because of
that
the
line.
yeah. Okay. Remove hazardous material. It's North Coast Services and
I would keep that at 5.
yeah. Only stands to reason you're getting more stuff in there. You're getting more of
Oh,
that
yeah.
too. So
Right. Oh, well, I'll wait till we get through this. And the waste management thing, last year was 216, this year we're gonna put it at, what was it? Oh, no, it's gonna be 260.
it is right now. That's what you're living in
Right.
right now. Let's see where we're at on that.
And what did they
if I
put?
can.
oh, that's right, I just said
They put 247.
That can't be right. That's
that.
only 1 month.
Yeah,
Must be behind on billing because it runs us about 25, 20,
47,
29 grand a
47,
month.
right.
Oh, that can't be right.
we probably could put that at 250. And that would be $10,000 less.
Boy, I don't know where you're at exactly year to date. What I got right here in front of me, I've been tracking it for the last couple of
I
years.
thought with 348 is a rough estimate off the 12 to 29.
Yeah, that's what I did too, and I said that can't be right 'cause that's too high. Can't be right.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, we only paid 268 last year. Let me. I'm trying to do that. We get going on this, but I got an email here from Pete
Yeah,
right there.
what do you say?
That gave me 2012, 2013, 2014, demo and solid waste,
Yeah,
number of hauls and the tonnage, and it just keeps creeping up. On 1951, what he's proposing even, it's creeping up. But the numbers he's saying, right, he's saying, you're at 242, I'm gonna take you to 247. Well, that 242 in reality was 268.
Right.
So he's probably right as far as the tonnage, but all these other fees compactor rental, open top rental, the processing
We're probably
fee,
not, yeah.
you're not thinking that when
Right.
you do this number.
Add it
so what do you
I'd
think?
say 260.
260?
Until we get the budget committee, we might have more information.
Okay,
You wanna do that?
that's only $2,000 more.
Same as what you got this year. Keep it at the same.
Yeah. But you wanna leave it at 358?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm sorry.
So you're gonna go up 2,000?
Advertising, you don't need any advertising, right?
No.
What are we putting for
Well, you
waste?
probably should have something if you had to advertise a job, I suppose. Shouldn't be coming out of general government. You spent $74 last year.
See, we're
Want some
getting closer
advertising.
and closer to 400,000.
I know what you're saying, but
You wanna put something in there?
should have probably 100 anyway. You could advertise for a couple weeks if you were looking for somebody, if somebody
Alright.
quit or something like that.
100?
Yeah,
Okay, what are we putting for waste management?
260 till we get more information. I'm gonna do some more calculating there. Hopefully, by the time he gets before budget committee, that much more time's gone by. We can really see where we're standing a little better. We're a little early this year.
Except for waste management, really. We started out at 320, now we're up to 360 over the years. That isn't too bad.
No, actually, before you guys went to that facility
Yeah,
and you went to single stream recycling, if I remember right, your budget was right where you are right now. You were up in the 360 range, looking back at town reports. And then it got knocked down way back, now you're creeping back up, but you know what?
Maybe.
That's 5, 6, 7 years ago.
but in the last 4 years,
Hey. Uh, I wanna say something for Ben's sake.
Not for mine, huh?
No, but you and I were together. When we went, look at the other places
Yep,
and their fees,
yep,
I mean, ours are reasonable,
yep,
big time.
yep.
Acton, if you have any little appliance with a cord, they charge you $1. We cut the cord and throw them in the metal.
Right. And then we get a box full of wire, we send that down, we make real good on that.
We do real good on wire.
You wanna keep it,
That's what you got. 361, 938 is your total down there. With the change. With the numbers.
But you just, I just added 2,000 to it.
Right, does that come up the same thing?
It's 358, 59, 60, and then 188.
I got
So
938.
that ain't right.
Yeah, 358, 938 is what I got. So for regular wages, let's go from the top, you get 75,000. Payroll taxes is 5,738.
Yep.
Supplies is 1,500. Electricity is 5,400.
No, supply, oh, you're, all right, you're leaving that
Yeah.
1,000, okay. You're right,
Electricity is 5,400. Phone is 600.
yeah.
Building maintenance 5,000. Safety equipment 600.
Yeah.
Services 5,000. Waste management 260.
Yep.
And 100 for advertising brings you to 358, 938.
Give me that number again.
358, 938.
Okay, that's what you had, isn't it?
No,
Oh, you had
I-
36.
this number up here was I was 3,000 different for some reason. No, it's not, I read it right. No, I didn't, I saw an 8 instead of a 5.
It's only $750 increase.
Not bad. Is it enough?
I would, you know, you're looking at actual 14, 15 on services. You're free on and it's low. It's 2850. But if you go back to 13, 14, it was 6,420.
Right.
Was that a different guy? Did we change?
We-
And now we're saving more,
We did some trading.
right?
That's because Tom, was it Tom? Not Tom.
I
Yeah.
can't think of his name.
The other Tom started doing the trading on the refrigerators, taking the ACs.
Oh, yeah, on the,
He'd
air
take
conditioning.
Air conditioning.
because we let him have the air conditioning, he knocks off so much off the
Right,
refrigerator.
so it's a trade-off.
And like he said, right now, there's nothing there either.
So
He's still gonna take them, but prices have gone down,
you
so.
could cut that if you wanted to be down lower. You could cut that. You only spent 2,850 and we got it at 5,000. But I mean, if you wanted to, I'm good with a 5 because I'm not really sure where you're gonna end up.
Somebody,
I'd leave it at the 5.
If you come, yeah.
I don't know if you've got these figures, do you know, how much we brought in on just the iron?
I'd have to go look. This year, you mean, or last?
For
Well,
a period.
Yeah, for a period. I'd like to know the metal, how much we gave you for fees. We've been giving you good fees lately. $400, $500, $600, so that
I'd have
adds
to
up
have
to.
Jeanette pull it. Would have to pull it.
Okay,
Revenue
would you
report.
do that? I'd like to just
I was
know,
gonna say you can come in and ask her. Just get the
Okay.
revenue reports all you want.
All right.
Yep.
okay,
Yeah, you definitely should have that anyway.
right?
yeah. And if we go up on prices, like, I know $5 for TVs is low. We all know it's low, but it's better than having them on the side of the road. Very few people will come up and complain about the $5, very few.
We don't have hardly any complaint on any of the fees.
No, that's true, but I'm saying very seldom somebody might say, oh, $5 for a TV, but if you go to Berwick, you're gonna pay up to $20, $25. Farmington the same way.
Especially
But
the,
if we do, then they're gonna throw them on the side of the road.
especially the people from Massachusetts. Whew,
Yeah,
when they come up and they have,
Well, they pay out the nose.
oh,
They don't throw the TVs on the side of the road, though, so much. I don't think.
no, the guy from Massachusetts told me one day, he had a big chair, you know, I charged him $5. He says, for what? I says, put the chair in the demo bar. $5? Well, he told me where he lived, he says, they charged me 15 and I'd have to make an appointment.
yeah, right. But, you're right, if we went up on the fees, we could bring in more, but you're gonna get them on the side of the road. Nobody's complaining, they think that's a hell of a deal.
How's the tire thing working out? Anybody know? We'd have to look at the bill
How
for the
the what?
tire removal.
Oh,
we
they
have
just,
to-
they just took the
I
last
know,
one
but what
today.
I'm wondering is how that's equaling, how we're doing
Are we grabbing enough
per
to
tire.
pay for that service?
Yeah, are we paying for it?
Does it need to go up?
We'll have to look at their bill and
Yeah.
their,
We don't make any money on it.
oh, I know,
that.
but are we we just wanna make sure we're not going behind on it.
Yeah.
In other words, we're not paying out $7 a tire when we charge 5 or,
Right.
you know, something like that.
Now, they charge us by the weight, right?
Yeah, and then you're charging by the tire, right?
Right.
So if I bring up a tractor tire, it's
Yeah,
$2
more.
or whatever. What is it? Okay.
oh yeah.
But I'm just saying, yeah, 'cause I mean,
But
Heavy truck
they
tire.
gave us a list, what we should charge for the tractor
Okay,
tire.
yeah.
I'm not gonna charge them $75 for a tractor tire.
Then we need,
but what's it costing us for that
Yeah,
tractor
what's-
tire?
That's what I
But,
need
so
to
we
ask.
use our judgment, we might charge them 20, 25 or something like that.
Yeah.
How are you, Sue?
I'm good, how are you?
So we're all done?
Yeah.
Good. All right.
No, not all done.
Huh?
Not all done.
No.
Ronnie, I'm sorry to bother you with this, but you know I get a lot of questions from people out there, and I know you've had this year after year after year after year, and you're probably tired of answering it, but I did have a person ask a question about tipping fees for your commercial hauler, and if you've given any thought to that rather than
Well,
any
my
kind of
thought is
decision
that
on going up on a fee.
My thought of that is, like I've explained it in here before, all the garbage he brings up is from town.
Hmm.
So it's a hell of a lot easier having him bring up a truckload than it is for all those
15
cars that come
cars.
up. Right. Especially on a Saturday, it's terrible.
Yeah.
But and that's up to them on. I don't know how the other towns do it.
Yeah.
Thank you
What do we
for
do?
answering that,
We're
Ron.
running
Sorry
away from
to.
that for the budget anyway. So.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ronnie, for
I
coming
was
in.
gonna say if you want, I'll go up
Well,
and give
George-
you some other stuff you need to figure out.
That's okay. Georgie's here. We'll go. Right.